Today's podcast is brought to you by Warby Parker. Let's face it, buying glasses can be expensive, annoying, and overwhelming. I've got glasses. Warby Parker has the answer. By cutting out the middlemen and selling directly to customers online and in their stores, Warby Parker is able to provide high-quality, great-looking eyewear at a fraction of the usual price. Their prescription glasses start at $95. This includes frames, lenses, and coatings. The people behind Warby Parker feel that glasses should not cost more than your phone. You might be thinking, how can you possibly buy eyeglasses online? Well, with Warby Parker's completely free home try-on program, you can. I tried this. It was great. I'm heading out to Hawaii in about a week. I needed some glasses, and they hooked me up. Order 5 pairs of glasses online and have them shipped directly to your home or office. Then you have 5 days to try them on, show them to your friends and family for an honest opinion on what looks the best. My friends think I'm going to be looking awesome with these glasses in Hawaii. I can't wait to show them off. Really easy. When you find a pair of glasses you like, go to warbyparker.com/CLNS and order your favorite pair. They'll even call your doctor if you don't have your prescription handy. That's warbyparker.com/CLNS to get started with a free home try-on. warbyparker.com/CLNS to find your perfect pair of glasses today. And after you head to warbyparker.com/CLNS and place your home try-on order, make sure to go download the Warby Parker app from the iTunes App Store. They built this awesome home try-on companion feature, which allows you to quickly take photos wearing all the frames, stitch it into a video, and share it with friends and family to help you pick a winner. Thank you, Warby Parker. All right, we've got a very, very special guest with Sports Illustrated legend Jack McCallum, and let's get into it right now. Let's start the music. Terrific Talk Podcast. Welcome back, Terrific Talk Podcast.
Here comes the host.
I'm your host, Tom Anderson.
First, behind the back. It gets to Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Knicks win it. Back.
Thank you. Before I get too far, your listeners will notice that my voice is sounding a little bit hoarse from the East Coast weather. I have laryngitis or sinusitis or some darn thing. So, nevertheless, we will soldier through with some degree of hoarseness.
We will. Thank you again for doing this. First off, I wanted to start out with, where did your love and passion for writing come from?
Well, I think the old cliche about writing, which is that you don't choose writing, writing chooses you. I think that was probably true in my case. I seem to have an affinity for it growing up, and that same affinity did not translate to science and math as well. And so you kind of gravitate to what you're good at, and sort of from the beginning, this is kind of what I could do. I mean, even when I was in 8th grade, I used to write stories for the local newspaper where I grew up about my Pop Warner football team or my baseball team that I was playing on. So it's kind of something that I always did, and somehow in the back of my mind, I guess I knew that's what I would end up doing as a profession, because if I didn't, I don't know what else I would have done.
I know you've been a professor at Muhlenberg College where you went, and you've been teaching sports journalism. What do you like about teaching? Why do you do that?
Well, number one, I don't know whether this is number one. Number one should be that I like seeing kids, and you like to see the bright light when it goes off in someone's eyes. But I have to admit that part of it is a desire to give back. That I've just been, so lucky to have made. Nobody gets into the writing game to make money. I mean, if you do, you're crazy. That's not why you do it. And if you end up at a place where you can get some kind of recognition, like Sports Illustrated, at a time when magazines were very important and very relevant, and make a good living at it, I mean, geez, you really feel like you're fortunate. And to have done that, so part of it was giving back. I mean, I went to college there and felt that the liberal arts education that I had received was really very valuable to me. And the second part of it, like I writing that everybody tells me is going from our society, but I'm still actually pretty optimistic about it.
What are some of the biggest lessons in journalism that you've learned along the way that you're trying to pass on to your students?
Well, I think probably the number one, it's kind of changed over the years, that the internet, social media, everything else, 24-hour networks, talk radio, has kind of changed what some young people might think of as a job of a journalist. And they might think that job is giving your opinion. And although through the years I've certainly given my opinion, I have my opinion on a lot of things. I give my opinion on Twitter. Basically, what I learned and what I do as a journalist is how to tell stories of other people, to be interested in something else beside what you think of it.
Yeah.
And if I have one, I always have two big messages for kids. Years ago, it used to be read everything you can. It's going to make you a bigger writer, and we can return to that. But 1A at this point has become get over yourself. I'm not interested in your opinion, by the way. I'm not interested in what you think about something. And I think the people that are going to succeed in this business going forward, if they want to, are the people that learn how to be interested in other people, how to tell a story, and how once in a while to understand that what you think about something is not the most significant thing, that where you're going to really advance is the ability to tell the stories of other people and have the kind of empathy that leads you into their lives rather than just reflecting what's going on in yours.
I got to ask you about the Dream Team. You're one of the few people ever to see that famous scrimmage in Monte Carlo. NBA TV came out with that awesome documentary. We saw a few clips from it, but you've seen the whole entire thing. Was it as special as it's been built up to be?
Well, let me be clear. In the book, I talk about this. I'm the only one to have. No one saw the thing live except for those guys.
Right, you saw the tape. Right.
I got a hold of the tape. I'm one of the few people to have the whole tape. It's a very long story. We could take, unfortunately, 45 minutes about the story of the tape. But I'm in possession of the tape. So but I could never, it's not mine to release. The NBA came in when they found out I had it and sort of claimed that it was their property. I never wanted to profit from it or anything. I thought the guy that shot it maybe should have been able to market it. But that's like I said, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
What was special about it, it was very blurry. It was very grainy. I paid to have it enhanced. I paid to have the sound enhanced. The great thing about it was the interplay between the players.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they were on this, whatever it was, a Thursday morning, an otherwise obscure gym in Monte Carlo with no one watching, and the degree to which they took it seriously and kind of wanted to lord it over each other, that is the thing that really made it special. The basketball, the game, as I recall, ended up 32-28, so it wasn't a long, it wasn't 100-96 double overtime or anything like that. It was the degree to which these guys got into the game and just showed that even when the lights are not on and the spotlight's not on them, how seriously they took their profession.
For the love of the game. I was listening to a podcast you did with Woj, and I found something really interesting. You were talking about the Warriors and how, if you look back at NBA history, all the great teams were built around one key guy. You had Larry Bird's Celtics, Magic's Lakers, Isaiah's Pistons, MJ's Bulls, and so on. And you kind of hinted that the Warriors could maybe one day run into a problem with that. They've obviously made it work. It's been super smooth so far. But you say it could be an issue to look out for between Steph and KD. Why do you think that?
Well, basketball, I always said that, you get to the end of the game, and the one exception to this is maybe the San Antonio Spurs is an exception I can think of. Basketball moves so fast there's so many timeouts, there's so many split decisions that have to be made. And, most of the great teams are able to make those split decisions in crunch time because it's so obvious where the ball's going to go, or at least who's going to make the play. Michael's going to make the play. Larry's going to make the play. Magic's going to make the play. Kobe and Shaq were a little bit different, but then it came to the fact that Kobe's probably going to make the play because he has the ball. Now you have a team that, where does that go? When LeBron makes the play, there's other examples, but it's really, I've never seen a team in all the years that I have been covering where it is very hard to discern who is the alpha male and who's A1. Now, maybe, they made it work last year very definitely. They appear to be making it work this year. But in a sport where the spotlight's on you every single night and the pressure to win on these guys, as long as they're together, they're going to go into every season as the favorite. Down the road, it's going to be very interesting how they handle a team where there are kind of two spotlights instead of just one, because it's kind of rare. It really is.
It is. Covering the Warriors up close like you did for your book Golden Days, what surprised you the most about the Warriors that you didn't know going in?
Well, it would probably be the importance of Draymond Green on that team. I just got done talking about Curry and Steph, but really, the leader of that team, one could argue, is Draymond. And before, I probably would not argue that to the test, but certainly they have more or less of a three-pronged leadership. And going into the season, I didn't know Draymond very well. I just knew, watching the games. I didn't know him at all.
Yeah.
And I just thought that he had a really high knucklehead factor, which is what I call it. I just thought his ability to kind of go over to the dark side was pretty high, and that he would be considered in many ways a liability for as great and versatile a player as he is. But that team operates differently. They seem to need what we might call his manic energy. And as long as they were able to keep him most of the time on the right side of the line, he seemed to be a much more instrumental part of that team than I really thought going in. And that was just a mistake. That's why you go out and report things. That's why you try to find out the information instead of just sitting there pontificating about it, because every person has their own set of perceptions and beliefs and biases and prejudices before they start to report something. And that was probably one of mine, underestimating Draymond's importance.
Last question. Reports out today that LeBron would take a meeting with the Warriors this summer if they had space for a max contract. Not sure how they would be able to make that work. I don't see KD taking less money, but what does your gut say about LeBron's future? What do you think about this? Do you think he's going to leave Cleveland? What are you thinking?
My gut, and that's all it is, because I don't think LeBron, knows the answer, and I really do think the next few months of the season, the way Cleveland's season has gone, I mean, the needle is moving up. LeBron's having a great season.
Yeah.
But, it's so the narrative tension there changes, every day. It's a soap opera, and maybe more of a soap opera. So I guess, and once again cautioning, this is my guess, that my gut tells me, he probably would leave again. And my gut also would tell me that it would not be to Golden State. For one of the reasons you alluded to, I just don't know whether they can make those numbers work. I mean, if they make those numbers work, we might as well not even have a salary cap.
Seriously.
And I just think that he would go somewhere where the embarrassment of riches was not so apparent. And, for example, it's been talked about L.A. destinations, or Houston just seems to me much more logical. But once again, that's just a gut feeling, because I'm not sure LeBron knows himself at this point, frankly. But I just can't see him, after all the criticism he's taken about picking teams and plucking off championships with certain players. I can't see him joining Steph and KD. I can't see that.
That would not be a good look. Jack, this was great. Thanks so much for coming on. Jack's book, Golden Days, West Lakers, Steph's Warriors, and the California Dreamers Who Reinvented Basketball, is out now. Go check it out. Jack, thanks again. Thanks for doing this. You still sound great.